Hi, so this is my guess or kind of like speculation on the GTA 6 story. I think the game will start off basically with Jason chasing a plane landing with a Russian drug dealer, only then for the drugs to basically the drug dealer going wrong and the drugs ending up in the ocean. By the way, the gameplay in the background is just some gameplay I got together just to kind of give you like a visual in a way. Anyways, so it might be out of order depending on how fast I speak. Anyways, so I think after the drug deal goes wrong, which would lead Jason to meet with Brian to end up getting the drugs by diving. And then in what directly would cut to Lucia being in jail, of what got her into jail, maybe the robbery going wrong, maybe fighting for her family. Anyways, Jason gets the drugs. I think the next set of missions will be getting familiar with the game world and doing our jobs for Brian, whether it is drug smuggling, shakedowns, and a couple of shootouts. As for the shooting tutorial, maybe a shootout against the hideout that doesn't want to pay protection money. And I also think you will spend a lot of time around the Rusty Anchor, which is that bar you see in a lot of the screenshots, kind of like the camp system in Red Dead Redemption 2. Getting to know Jason's close friends and Cal, of course. I think the chapter will end with Jason picking up Lucia from prison. Chapter 2, I think it will start with Jason and Lucia entering Brian's house where she says in the trailer, this is only the start for us. I think during this section, there will be a trash picking up minigame similar to the GTA 5's somebody say yoga mission. I think Jason will be probably going to bars with Cal, hanging out, and I think Jason will be content with this life that he has, while Lucia is getting annoyed and wants to make bigger moves. So eventually they end up pulling a robbery, but I don't think it's just one robbery that goes wrong. I think it's a string of robberies, maybe like a pawn shop, grocery store, maybe a small town bank. And I think that's where the corrupt police chief from Trailer 2 comes in. And you know that whole scene where Brian says, they got your name, they got your face, they got your address. I think Brian forces or tells Jason to work with the corrupt police chief, kind of like how Michael does with the FIB. I don't think Jason is a cop. I just think that he has to work with them. And also, if you go by the body cam footage and the trailer 2 screenshot, the cop with the bulletproof vest, he's wearing the same hat as Jason. So I don't think Jason's a cop. I just think he's forced to work with them to try to keep the feds off of Lucia. So kind of like a even exchange. Anyways, I think their trust will be basically like the whole. Everyone's saying the whole theme is trust. So I think their trust is going to be kind of put to I don't know what to say. Like maybe the game, like in the one screenshot where you see Lucia holding the pistol and the guy coming in with the bulletproof vest. Maybe she's Jason, and maybe that like freaks her out, and maybe they split up for a little bit, only to get back together when Jason agrees to go on the run with her and pull robberies and make it big. I think chapter 3 will be taking place in Port Delhorn, and I think these will be just like doing local missions for local gangs and local crews, such as stealing that expensive car you see them jump onto the truck for. And I think the gangs and the cops will become too much, and they will be pushed out of the Starlight Motel and going towards Vice City. I think while in Vice City, I think Jason, while they're on the run, I think that's when they go into the whole boat mission, and it'll be similar to the Vice City yacht mission where you meet all the big players. And while that's happening, Jason, basically Lucia says the same thing. She wants to make it big, and she knows the risks, and Jason being in love with her just goes along with it no matter what. So they end up meeting with Raul, and he tells them about a big heist he's planning. I think a majority of those missions will be helping Draquan Priest with the real dime, setting up the rap labels, gang wars, and maybe dealing with a few weird fans. But I think with that happening, while that's happening with Jason, I think Lucia is working with Raul to set up a heist. Eventually, they end up pulling the heist off, and I think it'll probably go terribly wrong, which gets them into even more heat. And then they flee from Vice City. So I think from the final chapter, I think obviously Raul is going to betray you. I mean, if you go by the website, he says the thing about always keeping expectations, life may surprise you. That is something he's definitely going to say right before he betrays you guys. And I think we're going to see a similar ending to GTA 5's Death Wish ending, where basically the final shot of them sitting on a pier drinking beer is like the final shot of the game that you see in trailer 2. I think that's what they're probably going to be doing. after they end up killing the police chief and Raul. They're probably gonna come up with some crazy plan. Maybe on that plane you see Lucia fighting that girl on. Maybe that's where the ending takes place. But I honestly think we're gonna get a happy ending similar to GTA 5. Anyways, again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is my first ever time doing something like this, so if the quality's horrible, apologies. Just let me know in the comments if you think I'm right, if you think I'm terribly wrong, and just let me know.